Oh, oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grim dark distant. My leg got stuck, and also I don't think my camera's moving down here. Hold on, I'm stopping this song. One second. If it's not one thing, it's two things, my sweets. I already moved all my stuff over here. I mean, my keyboard. Possum, my sweet, I am here and ready to bring relentlessly aggressive. Me too. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. Oh god. Oh. Okay. Now do the thing. Hey, I think it's working. Now be small. Yeah, there we go. Boop, pop, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. Do we want me in the bottom left corner or in the top right corner? Oh, okay, it's something outside. For a minute there, I was like, what the fuck was that? Hold on now. Almost. I have so many things to talk about today, my sweets. We'll go about there. That good? Too big? I don't want to be too big. That's good. There I am in that corner. Yeah. I want you wherever you want to be. Oh, thank you, Possum. And that's a good answer. That's that right there, my sweets. That's how you get the bonus points. Possum knows this game. I'm excited to talk about a whole bunch of things. I'm sleepy. I'm still waking up. I'm gonna sit and drink some coffee for a second before I try to pretend like I'm fully awake and not just struggling to be moving. I'm gonna move this. Yeah, I broke a couple of the parts off because I wanted to fix those. Is any of it yesterday's drama? What was yesterday's drama? Is yesterday's drama the thing about the Grimdark Compendium? Which I can't stress enough. I'm just always ready to jump in and throw a bow. Anytime there's any beef on that, because it's just like I try to keep my I don't fucking like them on like the very edge of everything I do. If they ever get brought up, it's like, oh yeah, I know who they are. Fuck them. Without saying it. And again, that's not a passive aggressive bitch thing. It's more of a it's beneath me. That kind of a thing. But anywho, man, there is a. I'm in the middle of moving too many fucking things. And there is a thing of bits that I've got. I'm just gonna put it. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna put it in the cabinet on this shelf. That's stupid, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. GDC, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, actually, all my things were like I only found out about that, which I love. That's the kind of energy I can bring into any situation that, and that is a positive thing about having severe ADHD for certain. Is that I have zero poker face, and if anything has ever made me angry before, if I have now another reason to be angry about it, all the rage that I've ever had, it never goes away. It just accumulates, and I just keep building it. I'm a little spite machine. I can't make that, and just gets stored. So anytime anyone's just like, I'm angry, he finally pulled the dude from the post. My theory is Mr. Crusade stepped in and said something. Yeah, I'd say so because, again, if you're trying to do all the things that they say that they're going to do, then maybe you should know a thing or two about the people that you're crawling into bed with. Is all I have to say about that. And I don't know. I have a lot of opinions. It's just frustrating that like having the skills that I have and the ability to see a bigger picture than a lot of other people are going to ever physically be capable of in their entire lives. It's frustrating constantly being like, oh, you should do blank, and I can see this. And then waiting the 2 years for everyone to fucking see what I was talking about. So it's just that, as far as TC. um, and I don't have time to fuck around with them while they figure out their shit on how to communicate. That's it. They just have the quite literal one of the worst communications I've ever seen. And I understand why. I do. It's the same reason that I have spent X amount of time struggling with getting what I'm wanting to do off the ground, and it's like finally there. Like today's probably gonna be. It's not a. This isn't a farewell stream for the morning hobby hang. It's we're gonna be switching some things up though, because like I'm gonna sit like this too. Hey kids, what's up with drugs? No, my thing was the morning hobby hang. A lot of things. I've got Sam and Alan on board to help me, and I need to. Man, I am out of it this morning. I need to get live chat. There we go. But yeah, I've got Alan and Sam very much on board to help me with stuff, and we are moving pretty aggressively with some things. So I've got to get my shit on the level. So I got to start being locked in and focused. But I'm really excited because it means that I can finally actually start to do a lot of the things that I've said that I've wanted to do, but I can't get started because I don't have the mental bandwidth to process the in-between and all the other things at the same time. And I don't want AI involved, and I don't want someone involved in any of my shit that is not fully here for the shit. Like, from the very beginning, like before I even like quit Verizon, like I already had multiple backing like groups that were like, yeah, I want to invest, I want to give you money, shut up and take my money. But I don't want that because that's not the kind of person that I fucking want. I don't want it to be that. I want anything. I want it to be a nonprofit, which is my whole fucking issue with GDC. Is I think what really put a bad taste in my mouth is, I guess, whatever I was working on with frustration. When one of them popped in and said, I'm going to steal that. And I said, you can't steal what's given away freely. And then literally the next day they made a video like explaining literally one of my techniques. So it's just that no sense of like, not even honor, but like, is that's like just a dead concept really. But amongst, I think, the species. Just love. There's no love in it. There's no love. I've not seen a bit of love in anything they've ever fucking posted ever. And that's the thing that I guess why I constantly am kind of just, they're kind of the butt of a joke. They are the punch and the joke and the punchline. Oopsie, you said the company name you've never said before. That's how you know he's amped up. I said the name? Shit. Wait, fuck. Yeah, okay, no, I probably did. Of your former employer. Yeah, no, I try not to. I mean, at this point, they're so fucked. Like, that company's not going to exist. I called it. I said I gave them 5 years. And we're at, what, one? Maybe, I think it's one. But yeah, that whole industry is about to just become, it's about to become such a fucking clown show, which is the whole reason that I left. And I was like, I think I'm just going to start entertaining people because, yeah, it literally, the way things are ran, I'm just so tired of topping from the fucking bottom and listening to the stupidest person in the room say what they think and everyone just agreeing because they're also so stupid. I've hit rock bottom on how long I can take that. So I'm really glad that I've finally got people on board to kind of help me make what I want to make and show what I want to show. And yesterday, or not yesterday, but I guess it was Wednesday, Alan and Sam both came over and we had a pretty good meeting. Not a pretty good meeting, a very fucking good meeting. It was fucking wild. Like, I'm not gonna show the thing, stop and explain it, but I will brush it over the screen. Alan is a genius when it comes to understanding what marketing is. And when I say marketing, Alan went to school at Savannah College of Art and Design. He is my oldest friend. So Sam and Alan were both. Sam was my best man in my wedding, and that is only because of, like, I'd say, like, relativity of time and whatnot, closeness of interactions. Alan is my oldest friend. He was one of my other groomsmen, and then my third groomsman was, or my second groomsman. I'm just gonna say third groomsman. They're all groomsmen. Then Sam was best man because he gave the speech, which was fucking amazing. And I don't know if I've ever read Sam's speech, the best man speech that was read at my wedding. But I would love to, because it was fucking amazing. And it's everything that I ever would have wanted as a best man speech, because it just talks about how big of a fucking monster I am. Including the time that I thought I watched Sam die, and the moment that I was sure he was okay, I laughed so hard we thought I was going to die. Yeah, it's just really cool to finally have them on board. But yeah, and then my other groomsman was Sean, who was, my only other roommate, bandmate, like, only other guy I've ever lived with. So that's a whole different thing. He's like a brother. Like, my three, it's just like they are very, very, very close to me. And our brains are very, 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 very similar in different ways. But between the three of us, brainstorming not yesterday, but Wednesday, was fucking sick. And then coming downstairs, like, Alan being like, yeah, you could do this and that and this and this. And it's just like within like 5 seconds, he had a video that I'm going to put up on Instagram. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I mowed. And I'm going to talk about that because I got things to talk about with that. My mowing, always. But yeah, he was like, oh, cool, no, okay, you hold this light, and then, all right, now I'm gonna take the camera and blah blah blah. And like after 5 seconds, he had just shot like one of the sickest fucking little shorts that any of us have ever seen involving miniatures. And I want you to understand that I'm not saying that like to get you hyped. I'm saying that like it just fucking is what it is. Alan is the best fucking photographer that I know, because he has been doing literally that thing with intent every second. Imagine someone who does, like, when they learn something, imagine like my fucked up brain if I gave a fuck about photography, like the way that I care about like making things and about understanding how to take the picture and how to manipulate the world around me. Like, that's what Alan did. So it's just like finally getting him on board. I am so fucking pumped. But yeah, and then Sam is just standing there behind him, that when Alan just like, yeah, Eli, see, it'd be really cool if you did something like this and this and this and this. And then he goes, and then you just have this quick little video. And then Sam was just like, Alan, that's one, that was fucking amazing. But two, I just need you to understand that this is what Eli has been begging us to understand that he has been trying to do for this entire time. And it's just that. It's great to finally have the two mouths and brains that I need for my little council of three to make the distillery a reality. Like, it's finally there. So yeah, I'm just really, really, really excited. And with that, we got a whole bunch of things that I was going to talk about, because I'm going to be changing up a bunch of stuff because of how I need to change things to make it work for me and for you guys in the best way. And I know one of those, and he was like, man, a good chunk of, and I do like that. He said, your morning hobby hangs are, one, at the worst time they could possibly be, but also you just do a lot of talking. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a yapper. So I've been thinking about that. And with, yeah, I'm so pumped. Also having Sam as having more hands. I have a camera. I have two cameramen now. Like that's fucking crazy. Like I went from having no cameramen and three cameras to now I now have two cameramen that also understand what I'm doing. So I finally get to focus only on the part that I've been wanting to focus on, which is why it's been like so staggering and stalemating. But it's just it feels great. I'm feeling great. And now I'm going to talk about getting catcalled yesterday, and I feel mixed about it. Because that's not happened before for me, and it's definitely not happened in my own yard. But yesterday I was mowing my yard, and I mow the front, and then when I go to I dress pretty butch when I mow, I suppose. I wear big baggy clothes. I wear yard mowing clothes. I don't dress in anything like I normally wear, which is kind of fitting or whatnot. So I mow the yard, and then I go in the backyard because I have a fence, and I take my shirt off as of late because I like to go to the ocean, and I kind of want to have an all over tone because I'm kind of tan because I like being outside, but also like wearing A-shirts. So I've gotten to the point that this is yep. I've just started wearing no shirt in my backyard because I can do that legally, and I have a fence. And I'm just like, you know what? If you want to creep on me in my yard with a fence from your upstairs window, that's on you. That's not my fault. I'm not doing anything wrong. Anywho, a lot of being non-binary makes me not comfortable with my shirt off. A prime example of this would be the other day when I went to a swimming party for like the first time in, I mean, a very long time. I'm not normally around people with my shirt off. And my friend John was like, I just realized I've known you for 26 years and I've never seen you with your shirt off. I'm like, yep, yeah, bud. I don't like people. I don't really like to share that with people. I don't feel comfortable. But interestingly enough, yesterday there's something about mowing, and it might not just be the mowing. It might also be I have a very particular method of how I like to mow the yard, and I find that it helps me come up with a lot of really good ideas, but also bad ideas. Like it's like a really good think tank way, but essentially it's just like, so my yard is a 1/4 acre. It's pretty big. It's got a real ass on it. Very much like how I mow, very business in the front, party in the back. So someone told me my hair is just all party. And I like that. It's right. It's all party. Fuck, I derailed myself. Backyard. So anyway, I like to mow. I've been mowing, and also it's just so fucking hot. It's just so hot. So I've been trying to mow my shirt off in the back because I know that I can't really be creeped on and that kind of thing. Anyway, I go around the front to pretty much fuck. What is the what is that called? A leaf, a reef blower. Yeah, a reef blower. You're playing with a reef blower? How childish. Yeah, so my reef blower. So I got my reef blower out of the shed, and when I mow, I'm never sober, and I'm also doing it as quickly as possible, and I'm listening to some either like, it's probably either Mac or it's like really aggressive death metal, or it's either lots of trap beats, and if it's not trap beats, it's just like it's something that just like, yeah, I'm ready to fucking do it. And it makes me, I guess, kind of aggro, but also I get lots of really good ideas. And I think it's because like I just overwhelm my brain with sound and also the heat, and then also trying to do something, so it's just like, and then good ideas come, and some bad ones. Sorry, I got a message. Get out of here, oil. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I went around front, and in the time that I went around front, I was up front for only 4 minutes, and I have very mixed feelings about it. Because again, it's just like, I live in a small town, and in that time of 4 minutes, I got wooed at twice, and my buddy drove by and texted me, "You look good with your shirt off, boy." And I'm just like, thanks. But I'm also just like, man, it's weird, because the part of me that's a little chaotic monsters just like constantly sexualize me. Do it, everybody. But on my terms. I don't want it to happen unless I want it. You know what I mean? Anywho, that's been on my mind. I guess I'm going to start painting now. Beep, beep, beep. But yeah, to the ladies who say catcalling doesn't happen, it's happening. Now they're doing it to me. Possum, how goes work? I need to paint, but God, I do not feel like it. You know what I mean? I think it's because I tell myself, make sure to sexualize Eli on Eli's terms. Got it. That's it. I don't know how to... Yes. On my terms. Only when I want it. You'll know when I want it. I guess that's it. Like, I guess the thing is, like... And maybe if I liked dudes, maybe I would get this. But I can't stress enough, like, I look so fucking gross. Like, I'm going to tell you some things, and this is a do as I say, not as I do, my sweets, because if any of you get hurt, I didn't tell you to do this. It's extremely dangerous. But again, this is part of the rage mowing that I like to do. So my mower, I've removed the guard because it will get too clogged. And there is nothing that pisses me off more and will make me just like rage out in the middle of mowing and like throw my mower across the yard. And that's not an exaggeration. Same thing with the fire pit. I don't know. I kicked a hole in the fire. We didn't have it. We still have it. It's round. Here, talk shit and play toys, and I'm all out of toys. Yep. Fuck work. Work sucks. Mm-hmm. No, I get it. Yeah, it's just like... well, Kelly was talking about this. My medicine also makes me heat intolerant, which I didn't understand that that's a thing, but it's just like, oh yeah, apparently, on top of like my normal body being like picky, my medication makes me heat intolerant, which what that means is as soon as I get fucking hot, it is so hard to cool off. It's just like a constant, only gets worse, like exponentially. And then the same thing like with cold. So like, if we're ever playing a game and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so blah, blah, blah. I'm not a crackhead. My body doesn't regulate temperature well. So I'm probably just trying to figure out why I'm sweating or whatnot, because yeah, the building might be comfortable to everyone else, but a quick change will fuck me up real good. Anywho, yep. I don't remember what I was yapping about. I don't remember. I got really lost and derailed there. Sorry. I need to get some brushes. Started drinking my water, and I was like, wait a minute, didn't I have a Coke? I did. But I need a brush. Maybe 2 or 3. brushes. Oh, hell yeah. Quar. Possum, on a scale of 1 to 10, how recognizable would you say my voice is? It's not that recognizable, right? That's probably a sketchy thing to ask people. Hey, do you guys think that you would recognize my voice if you heard it in a different setting? With no context. I could recognize it. Okay, well, Kelly said that I had a pretty recognizable voice. And also, if you're one of Kelly's friends listening, don't tell Kelly that you find my voice subtle and sultry and was it? Oh, very sultry. Like, there was a term. Don't tell her. Tell me. Well, and her. Tell both of us. I know the answer already, but did you listen to that song I sent you? It's been a wild ride. Mothbites by Aero Deathmatch. Yes. No, I did. I was trying to remember. That was a couple days ago. But yes, no, I did. I did vibe with it. No, I can get down with most stuff. No, thank you though. Yeah, anyone who sends me anything like, hey, check this out, like music or anything like that. Ooh, boy, I am so sorry that my brain is how it is. That the likelihood that I will listen to it is rough. The likelihood that I will tell you I listened to it is even almost more non-existent. Oh man, piss in the bed. Is this... Did I just waste all this fucking paint? Let's see. I mean, I think I did. Oh yeah, that looks bad. No way this is gonna work, huh? Nope. Never gonna work. Shoot. Just keep. I got some of it to work. So, I don't know what brown this is. I think it's burnt. I don't think it's raw. This is burnt. And I'm definitely going to I'm just going to be putting a bunch of burnt and raw umber in here. Beep, beep, beep. It reminded me of your diatribe on the disappearance of fireflies. Yes, no, and that, yeah, no, I do remember when I listened to it also. No, yeah, I was outside chilling in the backyard. That's the thing. Like I have, when people send me something, like I need to be sent, like you did a very good job, Possum. You sent me one song, one song, and it's just like that I can process, like, and like, hey, if you want me to like give an opinion about something, having a singular song is definitely something that like I can definitely like handle, as opposed to like an album or a bunch of songs. It's just like, man, I want to listen to anything that my friends send me. But, almost got paint on myself for a second, I think. But at the same time, I know how my little brain works. And it's just going to be like, what are you doing, you silly goofball? Like, and that's like, if you send me like a fucking playlist, like the likelihood that I can get through it is so low because of the fact that like something was probably going to pop up that I'm going to have to deal with on the screen. And I'm going to get derailed from there if nothing else changes in the environment and no one else like around here is like, "Wee." It's just that. It's just hard, you know. But I've kind of gotten to the point that I have to set time aside in the mornings where I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to the basement. I'm going to close the door because we've gotten really, really, really bad with demanding attention. And by we, I mean Theodore. It's just Theodore. Other than that, he's perfect in every way. A little baby brother. And he was perfect. Perfect in every way. Oh, Rictus. You problematic oaf. Also, I like the use of diatribe. That's a good word. Very good word. I'm sorry. I will adjust that way. I think that's good, actually. Yeah, some of this is just too far gone. I think it's just like the skin over the top. But for however long it was just hanging out in my spray booth, I'll take that I could use any of this. That's my bad. I wonder, when was I last using oils? What's the last thing I painted with oils? What's the last thing I painted? Well, I mean grief, but there aren't any browns on grief. Shit, was this 1490 stuff? Was this for? No. Yeah, probably. I think this is 1490 stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's cool that it stayed that good that long. Not good that I'm like leaving shit in my spray booth just fucking around that long. That definitely gives you an idea of what's up on that front. What about the Trench Crusade model? Did not have browns. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, all the Trench Crusade stuff I did. Thank you, Possum. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, all my terrain for that. Okay, no, that's not as far back as I thought. Okay, yeah, the Wires Commission. My brain, I just forget how much shit that I do. Also, I'm so bad at like showcasing my shit that I've spent so much time on. Like, I'm so terrible at that. And I realize that's the thing. I make so much shit that it's just like I don't want to overdo it. And when you are constantly the only one like talking about your shit like in your head to different platforms and stuff at different times, it just feels like I'm doing it too much. And that is just, I can't do that. And a large part of that is I don't use any automation because I fucking hate I just I'm so tired of anyone defending the concept of AI. Uh, and I knew that it was going to get to this point because it's just like I saw this again 2 years ago when it entered the workforce before it became, I don't know, it just, I saw all of it in the engineering side of things before it became very mainstream for fucking everybody. And I cannot stress enough, yes, everything. It's just like, wow, this is really fucking stupid. Yep, that's what we said. That's why they fired us all. Uh, wow, this doesn't work. Yep, that's why they fired us all. It's and when I say fired us all, I don't mean me. I fucking left. But the rest of the people, and it's the same thing with, you know, every other fucking just industry essentially in this country. It's just, the whole thing's just too comical. I'm getting off in a tangent. It's getting in bad vibes. I'm sorry, my sweets. 842. No, don't you know that AI is cool and sick because GDC said, oh, did they? I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, they are absolutely the kind of little fucking cuck that would like AI. And you can put that on a fucking business card for me. I can't stress that enough. They absolutely... that's... There we go. That is an utterly... I am not surprised by that quote. But my utter disgust of it should explain how utterly fucking different the two of us are. Man, I love that. Oh, what a fucking clown. That's gross as fuck, Eli. There's so much blue shit under here. I mean, they didn't say it, but all their bottle logo shit is. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't stress enough. When you outsource literally every fucking aspect of what you do, I don't understand. That it tracks. Like, that's it. The people that like defend AI do not understand how to create fundamentally, and that's where the issue is. They understand how to repeat and how to copy, but it's just that. But when I say they understand, they don't understand. They can color by numbers, but again, it's the bashing your head against the wall does not make you understand what you're doing. You can just sometimes get into the other room. I might be in a little too aggro of I'm just being pretty real. Also, I didn't mean to use the cook in a derogatory term. By any means. Sometimes just rage overtakes me. My little mouth can't control it. I can't help it. I have a very, very sharp tongue. Sometimes it's just really hard to keep it in my little mouth. Wink. My nose just made a noise. I went, Possum, are you working this morning? I would think. But perhaps not. It is Friday. I believe that answers my question. But I'm saying that as I don't want you to impact your work. I am working, yeah. Okay, I thought so. I was also trying to explain that to Alan. He was just like, so, he was like, your listeners, what time do they want this to be? And I was like, Alan, they want what I want. And he was just like, okay, but like, what if you ask them? And I was like, I have. And he was like, okay, well, and then eventually he was like, okay, well, we need to figure out what time is best to do blank, blank, blank. And I explained, I was like, also, a lot of my listeners, like, I think the most repeat listeners, it's almost like a podcast. It's just my wonderful little voice in their ear while they're working or while they're driving home, kind of yapping about day-to-day things. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being an ASMR thing because I like to yap, which also kind of led me to one of my really good ideas while mowing yesterday. And I'll probably discuss that once I've had a little more time to think about it before I move forward with it. But I'm excited, and I think you guys would like it. It might be time to rotate this bad boy. Let's see. That's what I've been working on over here that I don't think you could really see from that angle. It looks pretty good. And then again, the reason that I used silver was because I could have gone black, and black would definitely have worked. But silver on top of dark gray. So I pretty much, the colors that I used, I'll explain this real quick. You're going to start adding ear licking into your content. Like human ear or like cosplay ear? Because I'll lick a cosplay ear. I'll do it right now. And see, the thing about 2-hour streams is you gotta know where to get your free content, because like that right there, someone probably would have paid like $5 for me to lick that ear. But it's probably going to have to be real zoomed in and up close. You can start adding ear licking in your content. Maybe though. Ear licking. Do cats lick ears? Is that a thing that ear like? Now, do you mean human ears? That's how I know this guy doesn't watch ASMR content. Oh, yeah, no. It's so funny that like, and I was explaining that to. Anytime I have to explain like, oh, hey, what's streaming like? It's like, well, it's interesting because essentially, because I don't have a poker face, it's essentially people can find out, hey, what does Eli know about blank? And it's just like, yep, I know about that thing or I don't know about that thing, and there's no way that I'll either, because yeah, I don't lie. I can't really lie. So that. But yeah, I don't listen to ASMR content. I only have to go by what you all tell me. But over time, I've really picked up on. I think I should be doing that kind of work, because I kind of already am. Apparently, I just didn't know it. And that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming that requires buying very expensive microphones. One of the things I thought about though was a very ASMR bedtime stories, uh, inspired by, you know, of course, one of our members that listens to me while going to bed. And I can't stress enough, that just lives in my heart. Like, knowing the fever dream-esque shit that is discussed on this stream. Yeah, it's a microphone that has 2 silicone ears as mics. Okay, well, how much are these? I like that. That sounds fun. 2 silicone ears as mics? That's fucking... So, okay, so you, like, whisper into the ears? Okay. Well, I got it. This sounds fucking cool. Like, in a weird way. I need... Where's my phone? It's 8:53. All right. That's... I know it's got as much as it. Or lick them, yeah. What do they taste like? Silicone, I guess. Unless you put something on there. They're not as expensive as I thought. Man, this is a whole different fucking ball game than what I thought I understood about anything. Wow. Well, only $400. So yeah, the Adorama, that one's $400. Is that the one? Is that the one we need, guys? I'm just... Okay, here's a microphone. No, that's not going to work the same though. DIY. I was looking at the 3DIO. Yeah, that's the one that I think I'm looking at too. Yeah, free space binaural. Yeah, we're currently experiencing a 1 to 2 week shipping delay due to a high volume of orders. We appreciate your patience. I mean, I'm game. So, I'm not going to say for a second that I don't think that making horror-based ASMR content is an option. And I think that there is a very, not even horror specific, I think there's a very fun, just a whole lot of very funny things that we could do with that. That I don't think anyone else is doing, because I don't think most other people are fucking psychopaths. But, oh, there was someone who did that. Yeah, so like everybody out there here trying to jumpstart their ASMRist career. I'm a baddie? It was very high quality cinema focus. Hell yeah. No, I like that. I've been entertaining ideas of different things. But yeah, I've got to pee. It's 8:56. I think I'm gonna go pee real quick before I get any more paint out. That's what I was doing. I was like, man, why am I kind of feeling like I'm stalling? It's like, because I was gonna go pee and respond to Kelly and get more paint out. But we're already. I'm happy with. Shankly would be upset. He'd say, why are you not wiping any of that paint off? Like, I think she had a Krampus kidnapped, you whore. Oh. Now, see, that's... Yeah, okay, no, that's... We can do better than that. Also, man, I can't... There is a joke that I have realized that I cannot wait to do with Sam. and you'll know. I'm going to make sure that it's filmed so you can see it. But this is where you know that it's going to happen. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There's a joke that I've got in my head that I'm like, I can't wait to bust this out. It's going to be very funny. And it is specifically microphone related. Microphone related humor. Yeah, that's all I'm going to go to. I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back, my sweets. I try to be very quiet with the magnet on there. I don't want to blast your little ears. Beep. Okay. Krampus. Krampus is going to get you. RedWetSkeleton sneaks into your house. I hate how much there's someone out there that'd be like, that's what I want. And by hate, I mean, it's okay. All right, you know what? I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back.
she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just fur and teeth and blood and bitter angry bones.
And we're back. I am sorry about the delay, my sweets. Somebody did something upsetting upstairs, and I had to deal with that. And I seem to have lost my raw umber along the way. Where did that go? Also, how have I been doing this in silence like a serial killer? 1 second. There it is. I wonder why I did that. Probably because I got distracted because there's a bunch of other oils in here that are just like, he was using that for something, huh? Oh, yeah. Just a lot of little browns. I don't think there's any. Yeah, no, that's not. That's just going in the trash, huh? All right. What kind of fiber are we filling? I'm not. If I put Mac on, I tend not to talk as much. We'll put some instrumental. We'll do Renaissance. Yeah, might as well. We'll just stick to that. Was it Shankly posting the Karshik domain with the monster? Was it Shankly? What now? I don't think I've seen that. No, it was my son. My son pooping in the floor. I'm talking about you, young man. We're all disappointed. We didn't think it was funny. I have not seen. I'll have to look at that. The Karshik domain monster. I'll say it right now. There's only room for one cryptid in Karshik domain, and it's me. That's not true. There's room for others. Wink. But I get to be king. And if you try to leave, I'll eat you up. I love you so. Something like that. I would too if you left me upstairs while you're in the cool basement. So that's the thing. Yeah, and I mean, I get it. I understand that he's mad. But the thing is, it's you can't just make your dad give you attention all the time. And I know that that goes against everything that I'm constantly always saying. It's hard. See, this is the thing. Like, this is why I can't even begin to actually have like a normal human opinion about like things. It's just like the moment that I'm like, I deserve to have time where I'm not trying to make this little furry beast happy. It's just like, that's not true. Technically. Don't you like that? It's like, well, I do, yes. Well, that's what you asked for. Well, it is. It is what I asked for. You're right. Sometimes I guess I just need to talk. I think that's a lot of times. Man, I really want one of those cool microphones now, though. I feel like you could do a lot of cool, silly stuff with it. And also just the worst things in the world. And that's, I guess, the other part of that. Like, I like being, I guess, the horrible little monster that completely is just like, oh yeah, no, I get it. And it's like, yeah, I like the idea of, oh, I can make some of that stuff. Wink, wink. But I'm gonna tell you that the thing that like I really am drawn towards is just making the polar opposite of that, or even that. But it's just like you don't know, but it's gonna be scary. Terrible for more headphone listeners. Terrible for mono headphone listeners. Oh yeah, I'm sure. It would need to be very specified versions. But God, that there's something that I think would be very fun, and that's fucked up. There's something fucked up and wrong with me about that. But I think it's the part of me that enjoys horror so much that wants to sign up for a horror movie, like where you don't tell me what the movie's about, and I don't know it's a horror movie. I just know that I would like it. I like that. I like that experience. I think there's a very niche. I wish we could go back to where I didn't feel weird saying niche, because I like niche better. Because niche is also kind of like what I mean. I don't mean like, oh, niche. I mean niche. I mean like a little nook almost. A niche nook is a niche, in my opinion. In my head, at least. Like a corf is a tiger. We all know that. A niche is like a weird little nook that has things that only I made. And that's where I want to live when I die. I want to live on a shelf, not on a hard drive. ASMR, but harsh noise. So, Possum, have you seen Parasite? The movie Parasite? I believe you have. I would think you have. I think you have. There is one of my absolute favorite moments of cinema is in that movie. I want a movie that doesn't say it's a horror movie, plays like a cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie for 7%. It absolutely devolves into buckets of corn syrup. Film, yeah. Okay, so there you go. So that's, I can't stress enough. That is, I have been, and I was talking to Sam about this the other day, when we were hanging out after Alan left and we had our meeting and we were like just unwinding kind of. I was explaining to Sam one of the many random projects that just, and it was absolutely a lawn mowing project. It's like I want to make a horror short, like so that's just one of the small little rooms that I have in my brain now, is this little horror film that I've been working on mentally. But that, I love that. That is, I think, the kind of stuff that I like to make. I want you to live in fear of the moment when you know it's going to become horror. Like, if you know that I made it. Because that's a whole different thing. When you know that something scary is going to happen, you're on guard. And I think that is, I like to play in that because I've had to play in that with my players for my stories as a GM. And I stand very firm that if you want a good writer, nothing in this world will make you a fucking better storyteller than being a game master. And I think nothing will make you a better game master than shedding the crutches of having someone hold your hand. I think throwing yourself into the deep end. This is one of those things where it's just like, they're like, why don't you cut, your stream up? It's like, dude, because I'm fucking painting and I'm not actually thinking while I'm talking. It's just coming out, and that's why it's good. But I can't stress enough that I think that is one of the most important things about being a good storyteller, is experience. And the best way to do that is with other people, because you learn what literally works, what doesn't work very quickly, especially if you are like me and you can read on their faces the criticisms, commentaries, all those things. Horror Hallmark film called White Elephant. And it's about a meet cute at a white elephant gift exchange 77% through. They finally get together and are on a date at a restaurant. I love that. But yeah, I was gonna say before I forget, Parasite. I did not know what Parasite, and then the giant killer white elephant smashes through it. It becomes a shaky cam horror flick. Oh, I like that too. Holy shit! It's like, oh no, no! I've even thought of something better. I'm not gonna say it because I kind of like this. Fuck, that's good. I'm gonna write this down though. No, just white elephant. I'll remember white elephant. That's good. I like that possum. I like that a lot. Fuck. Made my brain go a different way, but I'm in love with where it went. And I'll show you later. It's so good of an idea, I don't want to share it on the stream. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Horror. But yeah, that's it. Like, I DM'd, GM'd for so long. And that is really where I prefer oral storytelling to written because that is how I storytell, I think, to my best. And I think that a lot of that goes back to picture books, plays, puppet shows. I love things that help a story. Aids, storytelling aids. I love storytelling aids. And movies really are kind of like all of that combined into one thing that just does all the work for you're the person who's consuming it. But I do think that there is a beauty. And Theodore, we talked about this. You got to get in your chair, boy, or I have to put you upstairs. It is just not safe for you to be under my feet when I'm working. And it's not right now because I'm painting, but it will get you in a habit. Like, you cannot afford those kinds of things in a shop where I do things with dangerous tools sometimes. And when it makes me watch shitty Hallmark Xmas films, that's my favorite part, is to figure out where it would be best for it to evolve into a horror film. I love that so much. And I get that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Parasite. I went into Parasite not knowing anything about it. I literally, that is one of my favorite things about how my roommate Sean, like, had me watch films. Is the moment he would find out that I've somehow managed to go, at the time 20x, so many years without knowing about critical film moments. Sean, like, I guess, fed off of in a way that, like, I completely get and appreciate, because it's just like, yeah, dude, I get it. There's nothing better than, that's the closest thing that you have, is when you watch something like Hereditary. When I watch something like Hereditary and I can appreciate it so much. All I want to do is make other people watch it with no context, the same way that I did, so they can experience this thing and let it happen to them. And that's the best way, I think, for horror, is to let it happen to you. I'm very firm in that, because that's how horror truly. That anyone who makes horror stuff, that's what they're doing. They're doing it, trying to make it as easy for you to just sit down, just let it happen, and you'll understand what they were trying to do, if you think about it, or at least what they were trying to convey, if you know what they were going for, if you appreciate it afterwards. Anyway, it's just typically always something is trying to be explained, though, with horror. It's never just what it is on the outside, and I think that that's what drew me initially. But storytelling, you learn very quickly in a live action storytelling, where you're constantly, you have a story, but you have to evolve it as the players are moving through it. Nothing makes your brain work on that level like the real thing. And just doing that long enough, and not relying on anything other than just improv and storytelling skills, that's how you become a good GM. And there's literally nothing that can substitute that other than time. And AI, it's comical to think, could ever do that. Anywho, because it can't. That literally, it does not. yeah, you can't have an AI game master and hope that it will ever grow. Truthfully, in my opinion. So there's a lot of that. Where was I fucking going with this absolute tangent? It had to do with storytelling. Probably had to do with horror. Oh, it had to do with Parasite. The moment in Parasite when it starts to become a horror film, the moment that the tension builds up, when you don't know it's a horror film and you're just watching it, that is one of my favorite like experiences to reflect back on, because it's just that there's something about that feeling that they tap into the animal hindbrain, and I can like feel it in my like spine. That like something's not right, something's wrong, but I don't know why. And the ability to do that through sound and through, you know, image and through like just signals on people's faces, like it's just absolutely impressive to me on a level that I think few other things are. It's just fucking art, and that movie's so fucking good. But there's very few things that I think are as good as going into horror blind. But I absolutely understand. A lot of people are. That's it. It's the fear of the unknown, and the fear. I say this as someone that's super fucking, I guess, jaded at this point, but utterly not in other ways. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking. I like telling stories, though. And the idea of doing horror, very complex horror, through various means, is something that I really like. But I think that there is an entire realm, now that I've started to think about the possibilities of what you could do with those, that's a whole different realm of horror. And I really, really like that thought. So I'm probably going to have to get one of those. That one of the things that I really like about fucking around with AI before I understood that it was killing the planet, like the amount of factual Jackie Chan. There's a movie out there that Jackie Chan throws a Christmas party, and at some point during this turns into a thing-esque monster. There are a large amount of AI like constructs, thoughts that are very firm that is a real thing, and that's, you're all welcome. Jackie Chan's Christmas party. I was discussing that with my wife last night, right before we went to bed. Somehow, what would I give to aliens to defend humanity? And I think that my answers are always just like, I've thought about it. They're not what you would think. But it pretty much, it comes down to a game of like, you got to give them the craziest shit. You just have to, hopefully, like, they're just not going to fucking understand. But you have to be very proud when you give it to them. And I think that that's the move. I think that's the move. I think that's our best bet, if it ever comes down to it. And I volunteer to be sent as a representative. And it's things like that that just like pop into my head in the wee seconds, mid-conversations. And then I have to pop back in. I'm like, I'm sorry. I stepped out, went to another world, another universe. You were saying something about your dog or kid or what have you. You know, for only putting down 2 colors, this looks pretty fucking dope already. I'm just saying. Honey, I don't want to take you upstairs. I really don't. Are you going to get in your chair or am I going to have to take you upstairs? Get in your chair. I know you know what that means. Your mom says it to you every day in the kitchen. Get in your chair. Get in your chair. In your chair. In your chair. In your chair. You got 30 minutes, okay? 30 minutes a chair. He's not going to do it. He says it's not time for chair. It's time for you to pick me up, Dad. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Hey, Bugbear. Hey, Buggy. Didn't we just talk about this? Just a second ago, I picked you up and I moved you. And you said, "Wah." Oh my gosh. Y'all, this ham. I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see him. Because it's ridiculous. Okay? This is what I have to put up with. When you're like, hey, why is it hard for Eli to focus and get anything done? Because this is also in my house at all times. Every time I fuck this up. Why do I do that every time? Sorry. Here we go. So here's what I'm trying to work on, right? You know? Boy, you are rotten. Rotten. He has a chair. He has 2 chairs. There are 2 chairs specifically down here for him. And he's not in either of them. And there's a tower. There's a tower. There's 2 chairs. He has 2 chairs. He has a tower. There's a baby bed. The amount of things, of furniture specifically that only this boy and his ilk can use is a little offensive. And it's just like, I don't ask for much. Just hang out in the chair, bud. He says, it's off the table, Dad. I'm not doing it. No way. No way in hell. Nice try, though. Wink. Yeah, I know. A wink. You're rotten. And your mom says that you know what you're doing. You've got me wrapped around your little fluffy fingers. And I'm kind of starting to think she might possibly be right. And I might be getting played like a fool. He says, shit. No, definitely not, Dad. Wink. You're so rotten. How did you get so rotten? I guess it's kind of maybe my fault. It happens. How am I going to get boards for quart under the dice? So that, yeah, I absolutely understand that problem. How big of a board do you think is best? Officially it's 2x2, but also 3x3. Okay, so so a square, a 2x2. Okay. I mean, you are flying. I believe I am driving. So if you have a board, or I could bring a 2x2 board, I could do that. But if you're needing more than one, then we get into, there are options. We have options. I am happy to help since I will be writing, but I'm trying to figure out what all I'm bringing. And I have not done too much thinking about that just because I've had so much other stuff on my mind. On my mind. Buckwheat on my mind. All right, no more humming, Polyphia. At this point, if all 5 people are jamming, then I might need 2 or 3. Depending on price point, I might just try to fly out a bit early and try to scramble to make a few boards in a couple days. That'd be fun. That's fun. I like that plan. That sounds fun. Okay, I said I was going to stop humming. I'm going to stop humming. Painting. Gotta talk about the paint. It's oil paint. Using oil paint. Fun, but likely prohibitively expensive. That does sound like it could be. It just depends. It depends. But again, I think at this point, if all 5 people are jamming, then I might need 2 or 3. 2 2x2s is really not that bad. The desire to hum is overwhelming, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put some more raw umber. Raw umber it up, baby. Raw umber you up. Something like that. That's another thing. Do a lot of King Piss lyrics writing while mowing. It's just good vibes. Good vibes for that. That's something I've definitely been wanting to do more, is work on music stuff. Beep. Yeah. The key is to kind of be rough as shit while I'm doing this, but not too rough. No, but paying for extra days of room and board is. That is very true. And that, yeah, that would definitely be, I need to look into what my fucking plan is, I guess. I've just had too many fucking things on my mind, all at once, and it's just, man, sitting down to plan has just been like beyond overwhelming. But I seriously just need to fucking do it. It's unrelenting, my sweets. The world never stops turning almost, or something. What the heck, you know? The world waits for no kitty boy. I would like to be more organized about what I'm doing for Under the Dice, but gamers aren't possible. That's it. And every time I've tried to explain that to, it's, what is it about us that makes us like that? It's seriously, it's just wrangling kitties, like, which is, as someone who has to constantly do that, it's hard. It's hard to wrangle cats because every one of them doesn't want to do what you want them to do because they're cats. It's in their nature. You have to understand that, and it has to be like a, all right, guys, we all know it's time to do the thing. It's hard. Fuck. Sorry. I don't know. I want to do a narrative battle tech thing, and just no one would say anything. I'm so sorry. That's probably also me. I mean, I would love that too. There's too many things that I want to do, but I don't have time to think about and make plans with anybody because I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing right now? But I'm really thinking that now that might actually change. So I'm hoping that I can do things like that in the very, 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 very near future. Make plans. Sorry, I'm just gonna touch this up real quick. Actually, there we go. Yeah, you guys can totally see what I'm doing. Meh. Get off. No. Yeah, and I say that I was like, oh man, I really want to start playing Battletech. I do absolutely, and I know that it's not as much of an investment as I need time-wise on that. But I don't want to half-ass it. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it. And I think so much of the past week, so much of the past everything, has just been trying to figure out how to organize everything to start doing what I need to do the way that I need to be able to do it, and communicate it well with others. So that's kind of where I've been. I haven't really been thinking about what games I'm going to play, other than like, what games do I want to play long term? And I'm just fucking doing the thing. Because I have to get out of the hole. Out of the pit. Get out of the pit. You know what I mean, my sweets? And sometimes that's all we have to do, is just remind ourselves to get out of the fucking pit. I've been hanging out in it too long. Definitely a lot of idioms in today's episode. I'm feeling preachy, my sweets. I don't know. I want to do a near about thing. Just don't want to say anything. I want to do a near core thing, but I'm sure that will be the same. I will absolutely. I want to play Quar with you. I guess if we. Ah, fuck. I wonder if I got that on the back of my head. I probably did. It depends. Let's see. Does this come off on the. Oh, yeah. I definitely got some on the back of my head then. Fuck. Oh. Seems clean. Well, at least I didn't get on my kitty shirt. This is my new shirt, by the way. I don't know if you can really see it. I'm going to rotate it so you can't see it. Look at how cute I am. Look at that cute little kitty shirt. It came in yesterday. Kelly ordered it for me. but it's a Kentucky Wildcat. Like me. Wink. But yeah, I assumed out of the two, if you were only going to have adorable, thank you, Possum. If I was going to commit to one game for certain that I gave a shit, and I'm coming to play with Possum at Under the Dice, what would you want that to be? Would you want it to be Quar or BattleTech? I can go either way. I would think Quar. I would, yeah, okay. That's what I assumed. Hell yeah. No, I'm down. I'm down with that. Also showing Kelly Quar. I believe I was very correct. That I don't think I will have a problem getting in some games beforehand. BattleTech would be, I could do my best, but I'm not, other than like Eric and someone else at Hard Knocks maybe, I don't know if anyone I could convince to play BattleTech. It seems a little too crunchy for my typical home team. Now I do have some absolute fucking crunch fiends that live in town that I can play games with. My boy Jeffrey is a magical like me in so many ways, but capable of being the single crunchiest motherfucker you have ever met in your life, and is here to just break souls with how hard he's ready to crunch. But as long as, like, that's not what he likes to do, though. That's the thing, is just like, I don't like doing that. I just thought that that's what you guys wanted. That's why communication is very key. He's like, no, I'd rather not use any rules. I just want to tell you what I want to do with my imagination. But I thought everybody else wanted to be very rule bound, because that's how they play video games. It's just funny. People are funny. Hold on. Boy. Holy shit, I write the fucking best hooks. Holy shit. Little team. Not really small. We're the same size, which is a funny coincidence. I like that it was in Texas when I first realized I don't think I'm the height that I've been told that I am. It wasn't until Gundam Mike I was like, oh man, I get it, the liar's height. And I was like, wait, what? It's like deceptively not that crunchy. Oh hell yeah! I would see. I assume. All right, do you mean like it's like deceptively not that crunchy? BattleTech? Boy, what are you, Jesus, what are you doing? You are covered in just, oh, boy, you're so rotten. How did you get so rotten? If I didn't think you'd poop in the floor more, I'd put you upstairs. You're so rotten. Why? How did this happen? Who did this to you? Who made you so rotten? No one knows. Don't you get out of that chair, boy. Don't you get out of that chair, boy. Tell you what. I think they're almost opposite. BattleTech looks crunchy because of the math sheet, and Quar looks silly, but it's got wild mental overhead. Okay, so that is also, like, yeah, I say, in my head, BattleTech seems crunchy as hell. Like, I just assume that it's like the board game version of Steel Battalion. That's all I can assume, because of how the sheets look and the paper. Anyhow, I was saying something about Quar or BattleTech. I don't know. I'm down with whatever, but I know Battletech does not require much to be physically built, but it's more of like I need to learn rules, mental head canon, that kind of stuff. Because it seems like there's a lot more to give a shit about, if that makes sense. Whereas Quar, I feel like I can treat very similar to almost like Scabs or Turnip, where I can very quickly be like, okay, jump in. Whereas Battletech, there's just like 40 years of lore. It's the same thing. It's like, I guess it's like 40k. It's hard for me to, like, I can't imagine I'm going to play Ultramarines. Like that, just like that's, I'd be like, no, I'm going to play the third company under so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. Like I have to have so much more depth because of how much more depth there is. But Quar, I could see deceptively looks silly, but there's like a fuck ton of books. So there's actually probably a lot of core. So that, a lot of lore, not a lot of core. I guess we ran out of Renaissance. This song fucks though, which is why we're going to start over. Yeah, Original Sin's so fucking good. I can't stress enough. The whole reason that I just don't only just listen to Tim all day while I paint is because it means that I can't stream, because I'm just going to make so many fucking stank faces and just listen all day and not think about talking for a second. And I just realized that that's the case. Super Circles with tons of lore. Just Car doesn't have a 4-year lead time. Website and books filled with lore. And more being worked on every week. Yeah, I'm very excited for the new course set coming up. That's awesome. No, that sounds really cool. And that's what I mean. Like that makes sense. This looks pretty fucking sick, as of what it looked like this morning when we started, which was silver. I'm pretty content with that. Alrighty, what time is it? 9:53. Yeah, man, we almost knocked this out though. I mean, looks fucking sick. But Quar having a ton of reactions and points where you can jump in during your opponent's activation, I think makes a very big mental overhead of what can and should I do a turn. Oh, I love that. So that is 100% my kind of game then. Yeah, like I don't like when there's I go, you go, or not like, but like a long in between. Like I love, the more your game has no turns and it's just like we're both playing a game, we're both imagining, the more you can make that seamless and fun, the more I'm in. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this looks for just, a little bit, but that's again, I think finally embracing fully the way I like to build, the way I like to paint. It's good, and I think a lot of having my head clear. I don't know. I'm happy with this. This is a good day's worth of work. By a good day, I mean a couple hours worth of yapping. Yeah, that's good. That's good work. Well done, Theo. You know, I'd be nothing without my co-host. He's mad. Furious. Fluffy and furious. It's I go, you draw a card for your opponent that has a 3 or 4 or 5 on it. And that's how many actually. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, I'm excited to. I love anything that has just variation, as opposed to like I go, you go. I like that. Like Necromunda versus 40k, where everything moves, and your opponent has to stay focused. Like it's nuts how hard GW does not market or think about game design from a ADHD standpoint whatsoever. If I had $1 for the amount of games that I have seen where it's just like someone's just walking around because it's like the amount of time of just outside of like hardcore tournaments, but even then it's just like that's because they're already jacked in, they're hyper focused. It's the casual. It's not a casual thing you can do, I think, with ADHD. Unless you like really prepare for it. And I don't like to do that kind of stuff. They get at least 3, but not if they have more until they take their 3rd and ask if they have a 4th, and then after they ask if they have a 5th. Yeah, exactly. That's it. What is this? This is not what I was wanting. You are not Tim Pliny. I don't want to just listen to the same thing. Why are you being difficult? Okay. I've certainly had a quad pull a grenade pin, hoping I had another activation. Oops, good. Fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm wanting. I like this. This sounds fun. I like games where also I know that it's probably not kosher that I'm like Muppets, but I need that. I need them to be Muppets because in my head that's what I saw and I ran with. I was like, oh, it's just Muppets. Fuck yeah, I love Muppet War. World War I with Muppets. That's literally what I think I pissed off Trench Crusade with. Did they get popped? I assume that's when does it blow up? Like I would assume that it would blow up very quickly and you'd be like, "Oh no, I goofed. I made a goof 'em." I leave Pliny and I get more. Pliny. Meh. Meep. We're doing it. If you get put out, oh fuck yeah, little goat. If you get put out of action get gobsmacked from an attack, you drop the name at your feet. I did go prone, gobsmacked, dropped it, lucky it was a smoke. Oh, chill. Okay. I did go prone. Yeah, it was slow as a smoke. Yeah, I'll finish this and then we'll call it. But I'm on a roll. I'm almost done. It's too close to stop, right? Also, we still got a little bit of goat. I can finish it before the done. I'll finish before the goat's done. Once it's done cooking. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there, my sweets. We're gonna need a little bit more on there, but again, I mainly wanted to do this layer before we start building because I'm not gonna be able to get back into it. You're the best, homie. Thank you, and thank you for keeping me, company and hanging out and yapping with me, and your feedback and everything. Awesome, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. I don't think anybody else ever hopped in, but again, thank you for your time. Anyone joining us later on. It is the most important thing that you have. It is finite. You only have so much. Any of you spend with me truly means the world to me. So until next time, be good to yourselves and each other. Sit pretty. Always be proud of who you are. And yeah, a lot of things coming up now that I've got more people on board to help me get this thing off the road. I'm very, very excited to show you guys what all's gonna be going down. But yeah, I'll be talking to you guys later. Thank you again. Bye, my sweets.